Hello, YouTubers. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay. For anybody who is not to watch the first part, we're going to do a recap. Basically, I am going to be making a nunchuck belt. And I'm going to show y'all what the nunchuck belt looks like. And then I'm going to show y'all on one of the characters that inspired me to actually make a nunchuck belt because excuse me, he's my favorite turtle, and I already revealed who he was in the first part, but just in case, he's my favorite Teenage Ninja Turtle, and I discussed that in the first part of the video as well. I'm gonna show y'all who that turtle is, and for those who are not familiar with Teenage Ninja Turtles, I'm gonna repeat it again. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a TV show about four teenage mutant turtle brothers. Their names are Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael, who fight crime with the ninjutsu skills they learned from their master Splinter to save New York. But this is the belt right here. This is the nunchuck belt that I'm going to be making. It's made of leather, but I felt like I could make it with fabric, which I'm going to show y'all the construction of how it's built in a minute and what I plan to do for this next part with the fabric. Excuse me. Which for this part, I'm going to set up the sewing machine so we can sew part by part. But I'm going to show y'all which character I am talking about. And I know there's a lot of different versions of the Teenage Ninja Turtles, so there's a lot of different storylines, but the plot premises I just gave y'all is basically the same. They didn't really change too much from the plot. But I'm going to show y'all. He's my favorite turtle. I revealed it in the first part, but I'm going to reveal it again because I love him. I actually have two favorites, but he's one of my favorites. And I also tend to have multiple depending on which universe, but this is within the 2012 universe, okay? So I only have two favorites. Okay, so this is Michelangelo. He's my favorite. And when I got nunchucks for my birthday, and just said in the first part, I'll repeat again for my birthday, I said I'm gonna be the next Michelangelo. Yeah, I'm gonna learn nunchucks and I'm gonna end up becoming like him, and that makes me so excited because I love him. But this is the belt. You see the belt that he's wearing? This is what kind of inspired me to make the belt because I seen he had a belt, and I know I like to do nunchucks, and I also have a ninja costume, and I want to be able to wear my nunchucks around, and that I realized that I could make a nunchuck belt like the one that Michelangelo's wearing. Not the exact one, but you know, a nunchuck belt. But you see that right there? That's what I'm making. And I want to share that with you guys because I just love Michelangelo. I love Teenage Ninja Turtles. So when I got nunchucks, my first thought was I'm gonna be like Michelangelo from Teenage Ninja Turtles, and I'm still inspired to learn nunchucks because I actually enjoy practicing with the nunchucks a lot more than I thought. And this is the ninja costume. This is the costume I plan on wearing for Halloween. Like I said, I think it comes with fake weapons. I said that in the first part, but I think it comes with fake weapons. I'm not for sure, but I wanted to be able to wear my nunchucks around, you know, because I love them, and I would love to show them off in my costume since I'm going as a ninja. And that's one of the reasons it inspired me to dress up as a ninja because I got nunchucks. But like I said, I'm still working on the rebounds. So I'm not fully there yet. But when I get there, it's gonna be fine. And I'm waiting on it. And I've also been doing little tricks. I could probably show y'all one of my tricks. Probably. I'm thinking about it. But yeah, this is where we left off in part 1. Okay, so far we got the little box. We got the back for the nunchucks. We got the top box. And then we got the little flaps for the top of the nunchuck belt. And then we got the back. I'll take this off for a second. Then we got the back done. And then we got the little flaps done too. I'm finna fold this back over and put it back on the top. Yeah, there we go. But we've made a lot of progress in the first part. I am so proud. I am so hyped for this, to see this come together. And now we're going to the fabric part. I'm excited. Okay, so give me a minute, because I gotta make a short from one of my ideas that I just came up with that I'm gonna use for this. Oh, excuse me. Oh wow, it hadn't even been 15 minutes and I already got 2 views. It'd be crazy the amount of views I be getting in my shorts. It's so much love, and I'm still getting used to using YouTube shorts. But I'm gonna go ahead and record this little snippet real quick, and then we're gonna jump right into it. Okay, my short idea is done. I'm gonna be doing little snippets of shorts every now and then throughout this video, just to let you know, like I did in the first part. Okay, so now we got the basis of everything covered. Now that that's covered, gonna move this stuff out the way. Move these out the way. If y'all didn't see it in the first part, these are my nunchucks. I know this first part probably could see it clear, but you could probably see it now. They got dragons on them. They're so cool. They got dragons on the back of them too. They're so cool. I'm gonna sit these to the side. I just needed a base. Okay, so now we're going to be taking these parts away. For now, we're going to be focusing on the back. Okay, now I'm going to take a sheet of fabric. I'm going to bring my fabric over here first. This fabric my friend gave me. And I have other plans with this fabric. Which I plan on making the MMA gloves. I plan on making a video on that, but I realized with that video, I'm going to probably do some traditional sewing instead of the sewing machine, because the gloves were too big and everything. But that video is coming. So stay tuned and keep notifications on. That video is coming. I don't know when, but it is coming. But right now we're going to focus on this video strictly. Okay, so this is the fabric we're going to be using. It is a soft fabric, as you can see, if you can. I don't know if you can or if you can't, but shining it a little in the light like this can help you see it. But it's got little patterns on it. I think they are so beautiful, and I feel like they would be so beautiful on the case. Okay, so I'm gonna take a piece of fabric out here. Some pieces are already cut, which is why I'm picking the way I'm picking. Okay, we're gonna start with this one first. I can move up a little bit on this part. Okay, so what we're gonna basically do is we're gonna put the fabric on there. Okay, I may need a little bit of a longer piece, but we're gonna put the fabric on there, show you an example, and we're gonna cut. Not cut exactly, because we want to cut enough to where the cardboard can fit through the fabric, so that way when it's sewn, and when I leave the top, so that way, because we want to cut not to make it fit. We want to cut to where it'll go a little bit wider. Which, now think about it, if I did do it to where it fit, I just flip it over and glue it. But I want to try to see if I can sew the parts in the sewing machine. So I feel like that'd be cooler. But So we're gonna go like an inch, probably like this far, because we want to make it to where it'll fit it. And then we also have to do the same for the back too, so that way I can slide the cardboard in there, and that way it'll be enough of an opening to slide it in there, and not only to slide it in there, but to kind of like seal it as well. So I want to kind of go like a little bit wider than the cardboard, but the cardboard is going to give me a base of what I'm working with in order to do that. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get a bigger piece. Sometimes stuff like this require a bigger piece of fabric. And whatever I cut, I can still keep. I say, whenever you cut your fabric, don't ever get rid of the cut pieces. You never know what size you're going to need until later. This is way too big of a piece, but this is fine. Okay. I thought I was going to need 2 pieces of cardboard, but turned out I didn't. But this could be a cutting board. It's always best to be over prepared than not prepared at all. So I'm probably going to cut a little bit up here. Gonna get started on it right now. Remember, open plastic. Remember, take this off for the safety. And then shoot this downwards. Okay, so I'm probably going to start by cutting up here a little bit. Just so I can have the extra room. This is probably going to cut through the fabric better. This fabric might be too thick. It might be too thick. That did not work. Okay, let me see. This fabric might be too thick of a material to just cut right away. Okay, let me put it back on safety. Might be too thick to cut. I don't really know for sure what material this is, but might be a little too thick to cut, which is okay. But I made a line, so I'm just gonna run across these with some scissors, because this seems to cut better with scissors. I was just trying to use the roller cutter, but it seemed like that route is not working right now. What's crazy is the part that I roller cut is cutting easily with the scissors. But it's okay. This is why you have scissors on deck, because I'm assuming some fabrics the roller cutter can cut easily, some can't. But this is the piece we're gonna save to the side. Okay, but we got a little bit of the top cut off. Okay, because we want to, like I said, we want to have that opening. And we're going to do the same for the front and the back of this. So now we're going to cut a little bit of this side. Probably like right here. I'm probably going to use this pencil, which I didn't use the first time. Okay, you have to kind of darken it. You can actually see it more with the black fabric than the white. I may have to go back and sharpen this. But you see, I'm just making lines of where I want to cut it. And it's always good when you're sewing stuff to cut extra space. Extra space is good because you never know if you cut it to fit. You know, you might not be able to get the cardboard in there. That's why I'm cutting to kind of like just to make sure that it fits. And if it's too much, I can deal with that later. Okay, now that we got this side, we're going to do the same to the bottom. I'm glad that I did get this because this helps a lot with the cutting. Because sometimes I tend to forget where to cut. Yeah, I'm going to have to go get a sharpener and sharpen this again. But it's staying in there for the time being. I just need to stay in there for these few minutes. That's why I'm pressing so hard. And then I'm gonna do the same thing up here at the top. Again, I want to try to separate them the same length. If you see me pressing hard, it's because this, it literally is not sharp no more. It was sharp, but it's not sharp no more. And it is a small pencil. So I have to make do with what I got. It's one of those type of situations. But it's doing good. And you guys can actually see it a lot better than on the cardboard. On the first part, if you watched it. If you did not, I would recommend it. Come on, hold on for me. There you go. I'm gonna sharpen you, I promise. I just need to hold on for a bit. Okay. Got the lines drawn. Whew. I don't know if y'all can see the back. I'm not gonna move the fabric, but this is the back. I'm hoping that you guys can see that, but that's the back. Whew. It looks like you guys can see that. But we've got that together. And I'm going to go sharpen this real quick because I'm probably going to need it again in between some points. So I'll be back. I'm going to go sharpen this real quick. Back, you guys. I had it sharpened. I don't know if y'all can tell, but got it sharpened. It's a lot sharper than it was. It's getting down to the last point. I had a pencil sharpener, but I may just get a sharpener separate for these type because I do also use this pencil sharpener on the daily, and it's a little bit of pencil marks on it because I also use it for regular pencils, charcoal and graphite pencils, color pencil, just pencil in general, so that I wouldn't want to get messed up. It's not gonna mess up the process of you putting it on the fabric. I just prefer it better. But anyway, getting back to this fabric. After the short break, okay, we're gonna cut the piece. These shapes get on here, but it's okay. We're gonna cut the fabric. Okay. I'm trying to figure out which way I want to cut it. I think I'm just gonna cut it straight down first. Straight down. I did not cut on the line, but that's okay. Because I was trying to get this end off first anyway. I said, always keep it. Don't ever throw it away. Because you might need it. Okay, now we're going to cut on the line that I just drew on there. It's easier to cut straighter with scissors than it is to roller cutter, but roller cutter, oh, it's going off. But I marked it. That's the purpose of marking your stuff. It's so you can know where you need to cut just in case it slips off or anything, like it's slipping off on the cardboard now. Okay, we're gonna keep that section. Now, as for the white being on there, I don't really mind it. It doesn't really bother me, but I know when you're a professional, you can't let stuff like that be seen. But it doesn't really bother me, honestly. So I'm just cutting along the lines that I just drew out. I'm just glad that the pencil was able to make it that longer. There's also markers, which I want to try. the little fabric markers and get a bigger pencil. And here's our first cutout, you guys. The first cutout to the bag. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, wow. I don't even know if, well, it's going to be covered up anyway, so I ain't sweating it. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that. Look at it. We are doing good. We got our first cutouts. My gosh. Look at that. Got our first cutout, you guys. Okay. Now, I'm going to have to do the same thing for the back side. I may be able to sew this. Well, I'm gonna have to sew it separately. I can't sew it on with the cardboard on there because unlike when you try to sew it with the object under it, it messes it up. Not that it messes up the printer, but it doesn't really. It kind of messes with the sewing process. I don't know why I said printer, but like sewing machine. So we got the front done. Now we're gonna do the back. But let me see because this back piece might work. The back piece might work. So I'm gonna just scoop this up, put this up under there, and see how it does. I'm gonna move this top for a minute. Oh wow! This could actually work. See, this is why I'm telling y'all, save y'all pieces. You never know. It might actually work. I just need to snip some of this off, and I'm okay with that. But it works. Look at that. Killed two birds with one stone. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut a little bit of this. Not a lot, just a little bit. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, just gonna snip a little bit of this. Not a lot. Because we got a good length the very first time. I'm probably gonna cut off some of this little bottom over here too. And then we'll be done with the first part of this already. Okay, now let's put this under it. And then I'm probably going to go check on those clothes because I heard the dryer stop. This is either too big or... Okay, let's put this down here and see how they go. Either which way, the size works. I just have to cut this a little bit. Cut the ends a little bit. Or I could just leave it the way that it is. Because I noticed that it's a little uneven. But either which way, we did it. And even if it's a little uneven, it could still work. I'm probably gonna try to cut a little bit of this top off though, and put on the side, a little bit of the side. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut these real quick, and then go check on these clothes, and then I'll be back. I'm back. I finally got the fabric lined up cut. I'm excited for this, you guys. I'm excited. Okay, so now that this fabric is lined up and it's cut, we can keep this back part, but I'm gonna put it to the side. But this is going to be the fabric for the back side. Okay. And next, going to be doing the front side. And I needed to be able to fold this time. So this is where it kind of gets difficult. I want it to be able to be right up here. Oh, this might work for the front side. It's got the perfect amount of space, honestly. And this the first piece I grabbed. Okay, perfect amount of space. Perfect opening space. I could just slide this through here. Honestly, I could really just. I'm gonna kind of leave it the way that it is, and then just cut a matching piece. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it the way it is, and then just cut a matching piece. Like I said, I could very much glue them on there, but I want to see how it goes with the sewing machine. This I might use for the two squares. Well, rectangles, because they're not really squares. Okay. Ooh. But I might glue these down. To save some time. I just feel like it would look better if it was like kind of sewn in, you know? Okay, so we're looking to cut this piece. I discovered how to cut this with a roller cut. I have to cut it at least like twice. And if it doesn't roller cut, then I could just use the line that I roller cut that got roller cutted and just, yeah. Try to get it to match as much as possible. Try to match this piece as much as possible. That cutting down that you hear, that's the wood up under here. Like I said, I'm gonna try. See a little opening. It opened a little bit. I'm gonna start from this opening right here. Because I could easily glue these to the back. But I want to try it with the sewing machine and see if I can get these parts to kind of like sew together and then just put it in there because that's what the original plan was. And I want to stick to the original plan. Okay. So far, this didn't take a lot of time. Didn't really count how long it really took to make this. I don't know if they've been working on this since 8 a.m. I know it's currently 1:38 a.m. So 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm counting this probably about like 4 hours, which is crazy because it does not feel like 4 hours. But sometimes that's how it be. The longest I took to make something was my dress. And that took 13 to 14 hours. And this is just a rhinestone. It's just putting the rhinestones on there in the little sequence the way that I wanted it to. That was fun. It was a lot though, but it was fun. I have no regrets doing it. I still have that dress too. I freaking loved it. Just like I'm loving this experience. I've never made anything as close for weapons before, so I'm actually excited, but I'm also kind of nervous. I'm mostly excited, because I'm hoping that it fits. When it fits, So excited. Because the constructing part is, I would say, easier. It's kind of like matching the fabrics up is what makes it hard. I'm not one of those bushy girls. Not saying it like that. But yeah. Okay, so far we've got a decent lineup batch. I need to cut some of this. And then we have the other two parts, and then we're gonna be done. Yeah, I'm excited. Because after that, we are going to officially be done as far as cutting the fabric pieces. I said they're cutting down that y'all hear that's the wood. This is probably gonna be my new cutting board. I had another cutting board I was gonna use for this video. But yeah, I don't know where it's at right now. So this gonna have to be the cutting board until I get a official one. If anybody's looking for a cheap cutting board, use cardboard. It works for me, so I'm pretty sure it'll work for you. It's a cheap alternative than getting a cutting mat, but eventually I want to get a cutting mat. Oops, excuse me. Okay, now they match up. Okay, I'm gonna pause real quick because I gotta make a short of this. I'm back. Okay, so we got the back and we got the front. So the back and the front are pretty much done. Ooh, excuse me. I'm hoping when I put it in there that I'll still be able to fold it. I'm crossing my fingers that I'll be able to still fold it like I did the box. But that's done. These two are done. So now we're getting to the last part, which is these two. Which I said I could probably use this piece of fabric right here because it looks like it fits the both of them. This is why I say always keep extra pieces. Extra pieces. I just realized I said pieces. I'm a little bit of a goofball. Forgive me. But yeah. Yeah, I was right. I was right. Look at that. I was right. Sometimes by looking at it, you can tell. Sometimes by looking at it, it makes a difference. But okay, so being that this is the case, I can use this for the front, and then this for the other one for the front, and then so you can make the same shapes for the back. Yeah. So we're gonna do that. Probably cut the whole strip. Well, need the whole strip, but yeah. You want to leave some space. So this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to leave some space. I'm gonna need space, especially with the sewing machine. I may need some space so that way these can slide in there. Like I'm trying to get them to slide in there, you know. But it cut through a little bit. But like I said, if it doesn't fully cut through, and it's fine. It's just you have to kind of like put pressure on this type of fabric. See how it's cutting? I have to put a whole lot of pressure on it. I'm trying to show you how. This fabric, you got to put a whole lot of pressure on it. And being that you have to put a whole lot of pressure on it, I just feel like it was easier to just have some scissors over it. But I kind of get used to the pressure a little bit. Kind of. Okay. And then I just cut through what I did and because like I said, I could glue the back on these and do the rest of them and then just glue it, but I want to try the sewing machine, right? For those that don't know, I introduced my sewing machine when I did the DIY Care Bear Octo plushies. Um, but I have a little sewing machine. It is a mini fly sewing machine. I found it at I sister found it for me at Crazy Heart Deals, and I ended up getting it for $8. And the printer was like, I think $30 or $40 on Amazon. But you guys can go check it out. So far the only thing I've used it for is to make pillows. I've used it to make pillows so far. I have not used it to this extent that I'm gonna use it now. I have not used it with this fabric before, but it should be fine because I've mostly used it for cotton. But it should be fine, and it's not a real thick fabric. Like I don't really use real thick fabrics like that unless I'm like probably hand sewn like teddy bear clothes because I kind of like sell like little teddy bear clothes. Um, so that I might use the real thick fabric for that. But even then, I still use cotton or like fabric that's given to me, or I go buy fabric at like thrift stores, dollar stores like Dollar Tree has like little rolls of fabric for stuff like that. It is perfect. Okay, so we got these two cut out. We got these two left. But we got these two cut out. Look at that. Yeah. It's enough for it to fit in there. But now I gotta do the back of these. And then we'll be good. Because we're getting to the good part. I'm gonna probably like put the cardboard behind it for like a reminder of what's what. Yeah. See, kind of got stuck to it. Move my nunchucks over here. Okay. Now we gotta cut two of these fabrics the same length for the back of these, and we will be done. It's almost 12 o'clock too. That's crazy that it took this long. But the constructing part was not the hard part. We're getting to kind of like the hard part to where like we gotta sew it to make sure that it fits. So it can slide in there. And then we're gonna have to try to put it together. I wanna try to sew it together without the cardboard being like in the way. I'm gonna try. But if not, I do got some glue I can use that I know that's really good for fabrics. It's the E7000 that I got from my last dress designing video because I got a whole kit. Eventually I'm gonna get a bigger thing of that eventually because I only have one little thing left. I'm hoping they did not dry out. If not, I got another fabric glue, but that fabric glue is the best to me, which is why I'm hoping that it didn't dry out because I really like that glue. Okay, got some recycled pieces here that probably work for the back of this. We're gonna try them. This is one of them. Okay. These recycled pieces could actually really work. This recycled piece could work. Okay, I just gotta cut it a little bit. This one, it could work, but because I made it bigger, it could work. The back of these could work for that. It could work. It's just I made one of them bigger, and I know when I'm trying to sew it, I like extra space. So One of them could work. One of them, this back one could work. This one I may need a little bigger, so I may have to cut a bigger piece, or I may have one. So I got some squares that I noticed. But that one works perfectly. This one doesn't work at all. I have to cut a piece. But majority of the time, keeping it recycled, it helped a little bit. One thing I did notice, I don't know if y'all can see. I'm gonna show y'all after that. Is when you cut this fabric, it kind of sheds, and it kind of reminds me of the sequence. But the difference is this is not as bad with the sequence, which I say I don't recommend using like the sequence that I got in the dress designing video, because when I literally cut it, it shed everywhere. And when I say everywhere, it was on the floor, it was on the tables, or some of it was in the bathroom. Like, it shed everywhere while I was cutting it, and it was kind of frustrating. But I did get the design done, but it was a lot to clean up behind. So this is not bad. I can take this because it's literally shedding on the mat, and it's not shedding on the floor. It's shed on the mat, a little bit on my shirt. But mostly the mat, and I can take that, and it's not hitting the floor. I do not know what kind of fabric this is. I know my friend gave it to me, and I said I would definitely find use of it. And years later, here we are making use of it again. Okay, because I love to sew. I haven't sewed in a while, and I've been sharing it on this channel because sewing is art. Let me see what percentage this laptop is on. It's on 100. Okay, after this, I'm gonna unplug it because my laptop was on the verge of dying in the first part, and I was like, "You're not finna die on me." Not after this hard work we done did. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Okay, I'm gonna take the safety off of this. I'm gonna use this pen. Okay, I feel it is right there. Okay. Dang, it's almost sticking to the cardboard too. That's the crazy part. Okay, so then I said it works with this fabric, but I have to put a lot of pressure on it. But with this fabric, it'll be way easier to cut with scissors. But the roller cutter is helping with the lineup. Yeah, we appreciate the roller cutter for that with this fabric. And some of it did cut to where I don't have to cut that much. So yeah. The roller cutter saved me. And I love this roller cutter so far. It's just, you have to be careful when using it sometimes. You accidentally cut yourself, which is kind of like why y'all see this band-aid right here. I accidentally cut my finger in the first part. But I didn't even know I cut my finger. That's the thing. Sometimes when you're doing it, you don't be knowing you legit be cutting your finger until you look and you be like, oh, it's good. But it was nothing major, which is good. But sometimes when you're doing hands-on stuff, sometimes you may have like little accidents like that. So if you do, it's okay. I'm pretty sure you're not the first one. You can take it from me. Because sometimes I be making stuff. Sometimes I be making little mistakes like that. Okay. Now, I cut it too wide. But it's okay. I can go back and cut up this. We're making good progress, though, you guys. This video may be longer because I'm looking at it. Because of how I'm looking at the time. I'm doing 2 recordings today. Shorts, and then for you guys. I've been really enjoying doing the shorts though too. It's really fun and creative way to express myself as well. And also while doing the shorts, I also get to pick music, and I just discovered I could do voiceovers. I think like months ago, and when I discovered it, I was like, oh, I could have voiced over some of my videos, but I didn't know then. So I'm learning, just like I'm learning with YouTube. One thing as a content creator and as a creator in general, you tend to grow with what's been given to you. And that's what I love as well about stuff like this. Because I am very proud of the progress that I have been made thus far. There we go. We're doing good. They're the same length now. Now I gotta cut this one back here, kind of like the same length. But it was perfect right off the bat. It was perfect. Very much perfect. It's big enough. I just have to cut some of it. I said, fabric pieces, keep all your pieces, even the little pieces, because you never know. You might have a project or something that you're doing, and you might need that size. Because sometimes, like with what I'm doing with the recycled fabric, sometimes you may just need to cut some of it and not just get rid of the whole idea and premises just because it doesn't fully fit, you know? It's been a productive day. All right, you guys, we are in business. Now they're both the same length. Now, both of these are done. I'm gonna do one for my YouTube shorts real quick before we get into the sewing machine setup. So I'll meet you guys there. Okay, I came back, you guys, because I just literally realized something before I set this sewing machine up. I have to make the slit. I have to make the slit. The slit that goes right here, I have to make the slit, and I forgot about making the slit. So we're gonna have to cut through this fabric and cut through the back side the same way, and then cut through the cardboard to make this slit. I almost forgot the slit. It's my fault, you guys. I just realized it when I was recording one of the snippets for the YouTube short. I forgot to make the slit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna did not work. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just make the slit behind the scenes because I'm probably gonna use my X-Acto knife, and then we're gonna get back into this sewing process. But I could show you how to make this slit real quick. Let me just get my X-Acto knife. You guys, I got the X-Acto knife. It's an X-Acto knife, by the way. I'm drinking Me and B's lemonade with mint. And this lemonade is so good. Like, I really enjoy it. Drink the last bit of this. I drank some of this morning. And I just start to drink it now. Just a little swig. But I'm gonna cut the slit. Show you how to cut the slit. That's why I said this video maybe a little longer. I may make another part with the sewing machine part because I don't want it to be too long for you guys. But I'm basically gonna go with the X-Acto knife and just I'm gonna hold this down a little bit and I'm just gonna cut. I may have to cut it like 2 or 3 times to kind of like get it open. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna cut down a little bit, just a little bit. You guys, I cannot believe I forgot. I forgot about the slit. Like sometimes you get so excited you get caught up. But I almost forgot about the slit. Okay, that's the slit for this. Okay, and I have to do the same with the other fabric as well. I have to make the same slit for both of these, but I got the slit, and then I have to do it for the cardboard. Cardboard may require a little bit more pressure to get this slit. I said it may require a little bit more pressure to get to the slit. Yeah, a little bit more pressure to get to this slit. But I need the slit, guys. I need the slit. Because without the slit, it ain't gonna work. I'm gonna make this slit a little bit thicker on this cardboard, probably. But we got the slit. Okay, I'm gonna push this back a little bit. Put some of this back here. I cannot believe I had forgot about the slit, you guys. I was gonna exit off and start the sewing process, but now I have to do the slit because we can't. Because how else is it gonna fit and be a belt without the slit? Like, the goal I'm trying to do is trying to make this slit a little bit thicker when it comes to the cardboard. Because I want the belt to be able to fit in there. I just want it to be a little bit thicker so that way the belt can actually go through. I may have to buy something else. Looking at this now, I didn't think I would have to, but I feel like I'm gonna have to, and I know where to get it from. Which is one of the things I theorized earlier that I'm probably gonna have to get something else, and it's just a belt. Like it's really just a belt that can fit through this hole that I just made. This cardboard, and I know I have to do that thing to the other side. So yeah, but it's okay. We all are learning. Every last one of us, because I'm gonna have to make this slit. I feel so productive today. Like I'm washing clothes and I'm talking with y'all and I'm making shorts. We are starting on a productive day. Okay, this is the slit. You got the slit. I'm probably gonna have to make it a little bit thicker because this one's a little bit thicker. I did not think about doing the slit when I did the cardboard earlier. If I had thought about it, I would have done the slit. It would have saved time if I had did the slit earlier. Okay, there we go. We got a thicker slit, baby. We got a slit. And then we got a slit through the fabric itself. Okay, baby. We got a slit, baby. Got the slit. Okay, so what I'm going to do for you guys, since the video is already long, we got the slit for the fabric, and then we got the slit for the cardboard. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, and then we're just gonna get into the sewing machine part on the next part, so that way I can save you guys some time, and the video is gonna be like an hour long. So I'll see you guys on the next part. Bye, YouTubers.